everyone. We are back again. It's Akona Silwana. I'm with our smart Pulem Daung. I like to say our smarts. We are social workers for BBM organization, which is Basari Bamushito organization. We welcome you in our social talk pulse today. Today we're gonna talk about the ADHD and dyslexia. Hey, those are big words. Oh my God.
Since we are not health experts.
And we want to let you know that we are not health experts. We are social workers. We're just giving out the information that can help. And then once you have the information, you can also go and find your own help. Which if you have a something that is relevant to what we are talking about, you can also go and consult the doctors, or you can also go and go and find the information maybe on Google or on website, on social media. We're just giving the alerts of these mental problems that we are facing on daily basis. I'm going to start with dyslexia. Okay, dyslexia is a problem with a reading problem, which is a person with a dyslexia won't be able to read or to have a good pronunciation or to do a sentence construction. And then dyslexia, again, it mostly found on children, mostly young children, and also on adolescent. And then you'll find it on older people, maybe when the person is having a brain injury or a person is having a dementia. It's when the person will be diagnosed with the dyslexia. And dyslexia iyabonakala ebantwaneni mostly when the child is grown. There are those developmental stages of a child. You know ukuthi umntwana mayezalwa mostly kufanele abe those stages where the child can crawl and then start to go, maybe holding things, and then start to talk, and then again can ride the bicycles. But a child with a dyslexia, all those stages they delay than their peers. Mostly the same children that they are on the same age, the person with a dyslexia will be far behind. So you'll find that the child will take time to talk, will take time to crawl, take time also to walk. So those step tones of a child, they delay. And also you'll also find a child when, say, at school, and then a child won't be able maybe to make a sound, like to udibanisa, like a sound with a word, like especially the alphabet when they start on the early age, where they will start or ABC. Maybe a teacher will teach the child A, B, C, D, E today, and then tomorrow when she's asking the child about this ABC, the child won't know about that. It's not like the child is dumb and all those things that mostly we normally say that the child is dumb. We have to check up with the doctors. We have to check the problem before we can just insult the child, because immediately we are doing that, we also pulling down the child, and only to find that the child is only having that disorder. And also the child with dyslexia can also get help in terms of support from home, and support that a child can go to the special schools where they will create an environment where it will be good for them, and also they will use the tools to teach the child, and the child will take its time and they will have that patient for a child with the dyslexia. It's not gonna be easy for a child with the dyslexia to be amongst other children, because for the child with the dyslexia, it's gonna be kind of difficult, and the peers, they will be doing well and the child won't do well, and that will affect the child also. And another thing that we have also to check, even to the adults, sometimes it happens that the adult can get diagnosed with dyslexia at the old age, maybe we'll say, because it was not diagnosed on the early stages, like when she was young and when she was a teenage. It was not diagnosed, and then only to find it during the time like when the person is old, yes. And they also need a support as a counseling. It also builds their confidence, yes, and they also, remember, they will also have the problem with communication and self-esteem. Yes, so they will be withdrawn. So also counseling can also help them also to be able to go out and have a social life. And another thing that we notice is also dyslexia. A person who's been diagnosed with dyslexia can also have ADHD. That is why we are talking about these two things. And dyslexia does not have a cure. It's only those environments that they are created for the people who are diagnosed for dyslexia. Ausmaps, can you take us maybe on the ADHD?
Okay.
Yes, since they are connecting
these two mental conditions correlates in another way. Okay, thanks, Akona. I'll be speaking on ADHD, and then the abbreviations stand for attention deficit hyperactive disorder. It's a mental condition that normally causes high levels of hyperactive and impulsive disorder. And then this ADHD is the most common neurodevelopmental disorder from childhood, and it can even last into adulthood. And then the child, normally this thing, it normally attacks the child. We find it on the children. And then the children with ADHD, they have a difficulty on paying attention and are having controlling impulsive behaviors. That means they can act without even thinking of the end result of the outcome of what they were doing. And then they are overly active. And then one other thing about symptoms may improve while the child grows. And then one other thing is that how am I going to be able to see that my child is having this mental disorder?
Yes.
Yeah. You know what, Akwana? It is normal for children to have trouble in focusing and on behaving at a time or one another. But children with this mental disorder, ADHD, they don't just grow out of it. The symptoms continue, and they can be severe, and give them, and then find out that the children have difficulties at home or with peers or at school. And then the most common symptoms about this ADHD is that they drink a lot, they talk too much, they forgot a lot, and then one other thing, they find it hard to resist temptation. They just act like they wish, because of this impulsive controlling disorder. And don't you know that there are 3 types of this ADHD?
Okay.
They are grouped in 3. The first one is the type A, is predominantly inattentive presentation. In here, a child get distracted easily. He forgot useful information. He can't even organize or finish tasks. That's the type 1. And then the type 2, we call it, it's a predominantly hyperactive, impulsive presentation. In this case, when it comes to the child cannot even sit still for a while over a meal or doing homework. The child will run around, jump around, grab things constantly. And when the child is impulsive, he'll grab things. He interrupts people by grabbing things from people, and he'll be like talking unnecessary things. And then one other thing, the person fidgets and talks a lot. And then type 3, on this one is a very, very serious case, because type 3 of ADHD is a combination of symptoms from both type 1 and type 2. You can imagine it's way too much for a child. And then one other thing is that the causes and risk factors of ADHD are unknown, but current research shows that in here genetics plays a very important part. And then in addition to this genetics, the scientists are still studying other possible cause or risk. In those risks will include brain damage, brain injury, or exposure of a mother on high-risk environmental places while she was pregnant. And then one other thing is the usage of alcohol, tobacco, and substance while the mother was pregnant, or it's because of the mom got pregnant at an early age. That's what the scientists are still checking. Yes, they are still checking. And then another thing, when it comes to the diagnosis, deciding if a child has got this ADHD is a very, very long process, and with several steps. For there is no single test that is being done to can diagnose the child with ADHD. It's only that when diagnosing the child, they are taking out the checklist of rating the symptoms. And another thing, they'll take a history from the school, the teacher, the parents, or even from the child, so that they can be able to diagnose this ADHD. The best treatment for ADHD is a combination of therapies and medication. That's the important part of it. And then another thing, for the parents to be able to manage the symptoms, I think they had to maintain a healthy behaviors. By maintaining healthy behaviors, they start to develop healthy eating habits with the child. If you start to by giving the child plenty of veggies, plenty of water, plenty of fruits, and then one other thing, you try to participate with the child on physical activities concerning in relation to his or her age. And then one other thing, as a parent, you need to limit the amount of daily screen for the child, like being on the laptop, yes, and you recommend an amount of sleep. Otherwise, the child need enough time of sleep. If you feel you need to find out more, you can go and consult the child psychologist or psychiatric, or this doctor, the doctors for the children, pediatricians.
And it is very important, our smarts, even as a parent, when the person is pregnant, it's very important to take care of ourselves, and also we have to learn sikhathe on some other things.
Yes.
You know, when you get pregnant, I was listening to you now that even a child can, it's what the scientists are saying,
Yes.
that the ADHD, it can caused by also if a mother is drinking an alcohol, is exposed on alcohol, or is exposed on tobacco,
or even drugs. Substances.
You see, those things are things we love our babies. Like you are pregnant, you know that you're gonna bring someone, a valuable person in the on earth, so we have to take care of ourselves. Yes, some circumstances they can happen. Maybe you are on a situation where maybe there is no source of income,
or support structure even.
You see, there's no source of income. Maybe you cannot eat healthy but we grow up with those things that are imifino emakaya, you know imifino.
No, I'm not
Imifino, they called imifino murojo. Yes. We can eat murojo. Murojo is healthy. You can eat murojo
and drink plenty of water. Yes, you're right.
Yes. And I also see the other connection with these two disorders, that they also neurologically, like they can go with the genes.
Yes, something that is connected with the mind and the genes.
Yes, and the genes. Okay, guys, that's all we're having today, and we hope that you learn more. And please subscribe and comment on our session. We love you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our page. Thank you so much. We love you.